Woo, look at all that progress. Yeah, buddy, that's gonna be nothing but houses in a year. Just finishing up pre-pour inspection, and something I want to show you. This is the engineer's report. Hang on, I'm not gonna show you who it is. So here's what it says. Let's see, did it pass? No, it didn't pass, didn't fail. Correct and proceed. What's going on? This says, come on thing, focus. Let's see, fix chairs, remove trash. All right, that's not too bad. Pretty easy to do. Well, coming out here, I saw a water bottle and a styrofoam cup in the beam. I just went ahead and threw that out. So I think I've actually helped the builder fix one of the things. Let me show you what they mean by fix the chairs. These guys, these are the chairs. So these little stands have to stick up so that you can get concrete underneath these tendons. And man, there are a bunch of them that are just sideways chilling. You know, if the concrete cannot get underneath this tendon does it no good, zero. So these chairs all have to be fixed. Now I hope that they'll come back and fix all the plethora, the forest of chairs, if you will, that have become discombobulated, turned asunder, and that would definitely need to happen before the pour. So not too bad, but I came in and did my inspection and saw a few other interesting things. Over here you had a cave in. This has completely caved in, man. This side, so this has reduced the depth of your beam a considerable amount, by more than half. Your vapor barrier here is torn. That needs to be patched back up. Over here, you can see that the tendons in the bottom of this beam, they're on the ground. Somebody stepped on them right here and they got pushed down. Those need to be lifted back up. The plans aren't here, but it's typically 6 inches. Now, there's a few other areas where the beams have collapsed. They've caved in here right on top of those tendons. What a mess that is. And then a few other places where this vapor barrier is torn. You've got just a bunch of dirt. This isn't even flat. This is gonna affect the depth of the slab, and the vapor barrier can actually allow moisture to lift up through into the slab. Now I saw this on a remodel job just about 2 weeks ago, where the guy had moisture coming into his wood floors, big black stains on the brand new wood floor. That remodel was about a year old, and I tested, and of course it's moisture. It's coming up from he showed me pictures, and they did not replace the vapor barrier there, so this has to be fixed. Again, coming through here, you can see that these tendons are just about on the ground. You can see that over here, this tendon does not have enough clearance. Right here, it's just about in contact. There's a little bit of gap there, but you gotta have clearance between the tendon and the pipe, especially in a place like this, because when this tendon is jacked, they'll put 33,000 pounds on this thing, and you can see how it has a bend up like that. Well, that is gonna wanna push it down. It's gonna put pressure on this pipe, and it's already making contact. So there needs to be a space put in right there. Now, I told you guys that the plans were not on site. The details of the plans were, but not the actual layout for the reinforcement. So what I'm seeing here, this looks like it's done right. I don't have the plans to confirm, but this looks like, this is typically what you see. You'll see these stirrups that come around like a square circle, if you will. On all 4 corners, there's a bar. I think it's number 5 probably. And they're tied in every 18 inches. Well, here's the thing. You've got the same stirrup here, 2 bars at the bottom, no bars at the top. And this stirrup is 4 feet from the next stirrup, which is another 4 feet from the next stirrup. Bars still along the bottom. And then over here, you've got another one. So looking through the details of the plans, which are here, I did not see any detail that showed just 2 bottom bars in the stirrups spaced 4 feet apart. Like I said, the actual layout is not here, so I can't confirm, but I did put this in my report. They got to check this, because if this is not finished, then it absolutely needs to be done before they pour that concrete, man. And the last thing I wanted to show you was this. I don't know if you can tell, but there's about 5, maybe even 6 inches of water that is at the bottom of this beam right here at the front. And I'm really surprised that they didn't call that out on the engineer report, because you absolutely cannot have water when you're pouring the concrete in here. It's going to screw up that very, very fine and important concoction of concrete, water, and sand, gravel. This can really mess it up, make it weak. I mean, if you got mud, that's one thing, you know, but if you got standing water over here, typically they bring the engineer out to do their look through within 3 days of the pour. And so they definitely need to come out here and get this all dried out. So there were a few other odds and ends, bits and bobs, pieces and parcels and things here and there. So I'm gonna go home, put this report together, and man, I really hope that the builder will be kind enough and astute enough to take my report and run with it, get it fixed. Oh man, here's something else that I saw. This is crazy, look at this. This is big ass, what the hell is this? It's like a chunk of wood or something. It's like I don't know, like a 2x2 that is underneath the vapor barrier. This is gonna be a thin spot in the slab if they don't pull this out. I mean, it had to have been there when they put the plastic on top. There's no way to have gotten it in there afterwards. So that needs to come out. I don't know, man. It's pretty typical, you know, when these projects are going up, they're just flying, moving so fast. And honestly, I think it'll be a miracle if these houses don't have major repairs in the next 10 years. I just hope they're not foundation repairs. So, thank you, engineer.